Emily Richardson. She is not only a Summit Salon, spa, social, digital, branding, marketing Jedi, she is a Summit Salon coach, digital coach in the spa specialty division. If I twist Victoria's arm a little bit hard, I think she's going to be a candidate too for the social media team as well. But time will tell. More will be revealed. She owns a salon with hubby Terry. Summit coach Mike Carter, as well as Victoria Perry. You got to give it up for those guys because they're the bomb. Located in Durham, North Carolina. Let me tell you why I wanted her on tonight. First of all, her track record is nothing short of extraordinary. 2.2 mil in 12, in 2015, 2.5 mil. 2018, 3.1, and she's trending 3.4 million. That's in sales, you guys. That's called, like explosions on steroids. Her company's average tickets running at 86. Haircut priced out at 38. Now this is the biggie because the last few interviews we've really been focusing on new business is 13%. So 13% of her total guest count is new. You add that to the 6% of her referral, you can see that that's just side of 20. Rebooks are at 80%, and we have a new metric for Summit Salon spas that are really following the Summit Salon social digital system. Her number is 99, and Emily and I have a bet that this year, because and she'll tell you about it, her new and referrals are going to spike. So I see that number going around 104, 105 by Q2, and we all know what that means. That means like big boom boom for the rest. That's what's going to get her another $300,000 in sales. But that's another conversation. She'll be on to tell her story in a little bit. She graduates from college in '02, does some banking and marketing, but really from 2 to 7, and isn't happy. Actually comes on board in '07 at the front desk, and fast forward, what is that? A dozen years later, general manager, shareholder, soon to be future owner. So she got a lot of stuff cooking. Now, she is, in my humble opinion, at the forefront. There's probably a handful of Summit Salon spa owners, and now, as I said, she's a consultant, that are really crushing it on digital Google, on her website, on social media platforms. She's got about 1,200 followers on her Instagram. The overwhelming majority of guests that come into her company are on both of those platforms. Now, she's going to be talking about her Google, but like just last month alone, she gets 22,000 hits on Google, and now Google Analytics can show, how many of these searchers are, want the phone number directly or directions, how many of them are looking to discover, salons in the area versus top salons. She's got it covered. I'm going to let her tell you about that. And, again, she is a pioneer of the Summit Social Digital System, from Google to her websites to her Instagram pages. We're going to show you all that tonight. And of course, as guests come in, they're Obi-Wan Kenobis in the social digital guest experience in the salon. So she's in our green room. We're going to bring her out, and then she's going to tell us a little bit about her story, and then we're going to actually get into some of these best practices. Can hardly wait to do that. So let me just cross your fingers, make sure that the Wi-Fi gods are behaving themselves tonight. And she's going to be, there she is there. I'm going to turn her on. Give it up for Miss Emily Richardson, you guys.
Hi, everyone.
Did you hear me bragging on you?
I did. Thank you.
Oh, I just can't tell you how excited I am. I know you've been working hard today. You had to launch a big system in your software program, and that you would give us a few minutes tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Well, Emily, we always like to get the story, what our life was like before the big wake up, what changed the trajectory, what it's like now, where we're going. So get us started. What was your life and the salon spa's life before the big bang?
So my mom opened the spa in 2003, and I came on a few years after that. But at the beginning, we were borrowing money to make payrolls, just doing anything we could to get by. And we were lucky that we opened in an area where there were not really a ton of salons and spas like us. So we got really busy really quickly, but we didn't have any good sound practices in place. And we realized we really needed to pretty quickly.
And so what I'm just getting right like tonight is this is family owned. Mom has it. You're off pursuing, you graduate from college, pursuing another livelihood. So somewhere in there, the prodigal daughter comes home.
Yeah, I swore for years I would never work for my mother. I couldn't do it. And now I realize that it was a life-changing choice and the most amazing thing I could have ever done. She's a trendsetter and just a pioneer in this industry and is an amazing woman. And I've just been honored to be part of her journey and help elevate it to the next level for her.
Now, somebody just texted on my feed. Jody says, Mama Bella says hi.
So mom's at home watching. She doesn't do Facebook or any of that. So they have driven over to her house so she can watch.
So she's watching her kid on TV. That's wonderful. So you're in the game, and there's always that pivotal, definable moment that changes the trajectory of our life. You and I were having that conversation, and I just love that part of the story. What happened to kind of create the proverbial Big Bang?
Well, we were managing and leading out of anger and resentment, and just, our providers had us held hostage. They were working, some of them for over 50% commission. And it was time to make a change. And our rep introduced us to, at the time, it was like Strictly Business / Summit in 2012. And we went to that, and we tried, but we weren't quite ready. So we brought in our first coach, and she was absolutely amazing, but we weren't ready to admit that we didn't know what we were doing and give over complete control. So we tried, we failed. And then we went back again in 2015 and just fully embraced Summit for every beautiful, wonderful thing that it is.
Yeah, and I think that really is as much of the rule and less the exception. That you come and we've went down so many rabbit holes in the name of turning our company down. So you go, okay, is this just one more rabbit hole? And time takes time. So it's wonderful that in 15 it sounds like, okay, we got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and now the student is ready, and you guys just like made up for lost time. I mean, your growth has been nothing short of explosive. So what's it like to be you now? I mean, like you're like born again on steroids. How is the culture different? How is the company different now than it was before?
We embraced Summit, and through help of your wonderful partner, Randy Kunkel, he brought us in this amazing team of specialty coaches. I cannot speak highly enough of the specialty divisions. We brought in front desk. We brought in Victoria with the spa. My fairy god spa mother, I call her. We brought in the associate program. We brought in the social media team. And with all of them together, we integrated that into everything that we do and just are 100% Summit. And when doing that, it created systems. So we were able to realize that we can now actually grow our staff instead of trying to manage them, and focus on the guest experience, which really was the key. And for me, being able to actually run the company and trying and stopping to try and change people, and realizing that people don't change unless you show them how to change and what happens when they change. And that's what Summit brought to us, was the numbers with the heart combined. That one-on-one coaching with our staff is my favorite part of Summit, and just the best time. And through that, we really just were able to create organic growth. And then you bring in all these other parts, the social media and the guest experience and the front desk, and it all just marries beautifully into really, really high income service providers, which creates that triple win. We have happy guests, we have happy staff. So we have a very happy company, and the culture just really just clicked. And now we focus on positivity and happiness, not just in our professional lives, but also in the personal lives of my staff, because you have to be happy at home to make your guests happy.
Yeah, what I love all parts of what you're telling us tonight, Emily. And the biggie though is we went in 2012 and it took a little while, but when it hit, I mean, just in a very short window of time, you're like marinated now in Summit Salons, you know, from the Summit to, you know, Victoria in specialty with spa, Summit, Mike Carter and Coach, the associate program, the social digital, the guest experience. So you've made up for lost time. You've been almost catapulted at it. You're moving now at like Mach 5.
And not ready to slow down anytime soon.
I know. I mean, that's apparent as I'm getting to know you and as I'm hearing your story. It's like now that you've kind of like figured it out, broke through, almost went viral. It's like let's see how fast we can make this thing go. So what's next for you guys? Like, where do you go from here?
So my goal is 5 billion in sales by 2022. And just recently, sitting down with my coach, we went through and figured out that we have had, let's see, 9, 10 level jumps in the last 3 months, with the potential for 2 more coming up really, 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 really. They're right there. I have a feeling they're going to do it in the next month or so. That already increases the income for our company by quite a bit. So I don't see any problem with reaching that 5 million. Getting our board of directors in order and shareholders, so that the company has a solid future beyond me even. And then opening a third, maybe a fourth location, and maybe broadening my horizons with Summit and having a lot of time to teach other people how to do what we did with your systems, and to help companies just experience this life-changing thing that Summit is.
Yeah, I mean, and as you and I are becoming like besties, there's a whole bunch of Summit Salons that want you to help them now, because they can see that you're walking the walk. You're not just talking it, but walking it, that you're really showing what you know. So I just have a feeling that overnight you're going to go become an SEO Google coach and a website coach and a social platform coach. So this is a very exciting time for you. Now, you're standing in a place that, frankly, is diametrically opposite of where you stood a short time ago. Having said that, there's a lot of salons, Emily, that are standing where you used to stand, and they're watching tonight. They're going to be watching, and then they go, okay, how possible is this for me? How, is this a wild dream, or should I go for this? What might you say to them to give them the hope that they need to someday be standing on your shoulders?
Trust the systems, trust Summit, stay involved with it. It's not enough just to bring a coach in once or twice. You have to follow through and continue, because Summit is always innovating and always changing. And even as I'm doing training for being a consultant, there's constantly new things popping up that I'm having to go back and retrain. And I just started this journey in October of last year. And then staying on top of your social media. You have to be on top of your Google. You have to be on top of Instagram and Facebook and whatever, Pinterest, whatever new thing is going to pop up tomorrow, because if not, these millennials are going to come by and run us over and pass us by, and we've got to stay on top of it. Yeah. And then the last thing I think would probably be taking a hard look at yourself as a leader and realizing that if there's problems with your company, you have to be willing to admit that it might be you that's causing them. And that was a hard one for me to face.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we it's almost like a addition through subtraction. At some point, we need to, allow a mentor to mentor the mentor to help us see what's next in us that's in our way, our people's way, get it out of the way so that we can enjoy the kind of growth that you're enjoying. We already have people saying, I want her to help me open my next location. So you're in the zone. We got about 5 minutes left, and I want you to talk
Okay.
about your best practices. And
Okay.
because I know that you're just doing some things with your social digital marketing and branding that are just really edgy stuff. So in a nutshell, what's that? What's your first key?
First thing would be Google. Claim your business page. Make sure that you take ownership of that and use it. Keep your hours updated. You can update your holiday hours on there. And I'm not sure if people are aware that if you don't claim your business, then people can actually reviews and change your business hours and make suggestions because it's just out there in the open. And with Google, their insights are like next level. You can really see why are they Googling you, who's Googling you, what time of day, where they're coming from. The insights are far past what you can even get with Instagram and Facebook. So those Google insights really, really, really help us see, who is looking for us. Are we reaching that younger market, or are we stagnant in our current customers? That's been really truly amazing, is the insights.
And when you were kind of tutoring us on this, I had my mobile up to the Facebook camera so that people could see that you're not only, when I Google salon spas in Durham, North Carolina, you're not only on page one, you're number one on page one. And you and I were chatting earlier that your new business and your referral count they're double digits, but you got to a place that there was more new business coming in. You needed to gear up staff. That's why you brought in the associate program, because the demand of your brand from Google and your website, you just needed more capacity to support the demand.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And then also on Google, don't forget to post pictures. There's a whole spot with pictures on there. So anytime we do like a promotion, it goes on our website, it goes on our Instagram, it goes on our Facebook, and then it also goes on Google. And we try and keep that up to date as possible, as well as with the reviews. You got to respond to your reviews. It's something that we didn't even realize we could do until just recently, and something that we're working on getting much better at. Like I said, there's so much involved with this that it's a lot of different moving pieces that you've got to pay attention to.
Yeah, I just clicked on your photos, and this is a photo album of your salon and services, and it's right on the second page of Google, which is phenomenal. Now, from there, when I can click on your website, and you and I were chatting about this earlier, seamlessly gets me to your website, but it's the first website I've seen, or one of the first, where I don't have to scroll to get from your website to your Instagram page. It's right, I'm actually holding my finger on it here. I touch it, it brings me right to your Instagram page, which is freaking phenomenal. And then when I touch the first piece of content, it was posted on Saturday. This is Monday. Kate is the creator. It takes me right to her page, and it's the same picture on her page that's on the Salon Spas page, and she uploaded that on Saturday, which tells me whoever's managing your social media pages are really on the ball. I mean, the responsiveness is like at Mach 5.
Yeah, that's my Sheila. She's absolutely incredible. She was, featured by you before, and she's just amazing with that. But I think it's educating and training your staff to make sure that they are tagging and they're staying on top of it, as far as tagging the group page, and then our social media gallery, posting their pictures in there, so Sheila has easy access to grab them, and she's not spending too much of her time searching through for content.
Yeah, and then I was looking at your second key, and you said making sure that as you're adding major posts and your Google to continue to update your website, because Google crawls your website, and they like to see new content, which continues
Yes.
to drive up your rating, and your page keeps you on page one.
Yes, absolutely. We are hoping to revamp our entire website here very shortly and come up with something totally new and fresh. And I think that's important to show growth with your company, especially being in business for 15 years. You know, if they keep seeing the same website, they feel like we're stagnant. So we're right on top of doing that this year as well.
So I wanted, and I didn't ask you this before, I want to ask you now. Are you getting to Google page one on one? Is this all through organic best practices? Are you doing any advertising on Google at all, or Skype? So this is all what you know doing organically, and how you manage your web, how you manage your reviews. You're able to get to and stay on page one.
And I think a lot of that's based on like my third key, which would be the experience of the customer. Guest experience is number one. It's also my number one way to relate to my staff. When I focus on the guest experience in coaching, like especially spa staff, they don't love to talk about the money, even though it's not about the money, it's about the money, but they don't really like to talk about that. So we can bond over the guest experience and talk about elevating that. And when your guest has a good experience, they're going to buy more retail. They're going to send you referrals. They're going to pre-book. They're going to organically increase the success of your company and therefore the income of the service provider. So we focus on the guest experience from our front desk to the products we offer, to the way our facility looks, to our social media image, and all of those combined keep us as a market leader salon, and therefore number one on Google.
Yeah, and organic, that you're doing it organically.
Yes.
I mean, don't look now, but you've given me and all of the viewers of this a reason to reach out to you. Like under normal circumstances, when I have a guest on, yeah, you can direct message, but they can now, salons can actually enlist and have you support them, coach them to get them to the places that you're at, which is absolutely phenomenal. Listen, we're out of time, and I want to have you back. I want to keep an eye on you during the year. You're a major blip on my radar. By the way, I talked to Luke today, and he's going to talk to Victoria. I just see you in on different teams and specialty. I want to wish you the best. Godspeed. Quarter 2, 3, and 4 is coming our way. I know you're going to crush it. So thank you very much for being on tonight, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Give it up for Emily one more time, you guys. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Em. You guys, that was amazing. I want to do a wrap on that because of what she brought. What she said was nothing short of historical. Let's cross our fingers that the Wi-Fi gods are working, because I wanted to show you what she really is working. What I heard her say tonight, the Summit Social Digital System. She on Google. She's not buying her way to number one on page one. She's doing that through managing, first of all, she said, through bringing an extraordinary social digital experience to every guest in the salon. Did you hear what she said? That was her third key. So that, from the reviews that the guests are submitting, this is like word of mouth on steroids. That's driving her, the combination of great experiences with her guest to the reviews that she's getting, as well as keeping the content on her website fresh. That's getting her to Google page one and keeping her on page one. That's what I heard her say tonight. And her social media ecosystem, she's not only does she have a great salon page, she has, you can click from any work on her page to her people's page, and those updates are very, very timely. In other words, it was, I believe it was Kate put a piece of content, posted a piece of content on her own page on Saturday, tagged the salon on Saturday, and by day's end, that content was reposted on the salon's page. I don't know of too many salons that can work at that kind of speed of responsiveness. And then wait, there's more. They're just as conscious of putting the content, getting the content on the guest page so that you can see that the overwhelming majority of referrals that any service provider is getting is primarily the guest page. When the people that are following the guests see the pictures, see the work, that's what's happening, and that's how they're calling the salon. Then they just Google the salon's name, and it's like boom goes the dynamite. So there's a hell of a lot more that I can say about this. This is becoming the new 11th commandment, you guys. And Luke Hufstetter and I are doing a webinar for the 12 Summit Salons that are plugged into this tomorrow, you guys. So make sure, Jeannie, make sure that you're in that conversation as well. So that's what it was tonight. It was a historical evening. So I really, if you're new to us, you have to hang out on the Michael Cole Summit Facebook page. That's the channel you're watching tonight. This has and continues to become it's almost like the social media learning channel for the Summit Salon Spa. So we're vlogging on this page frequently. Hang out there. I also that's my Instagram handle as well. And we probably do, I don't know, 4 or 5 posts a day on Instagram, more motivational and inspirational. I also am using Instagram highlights for something a little bit more personal. I hope you hang out with that as well. But the biggie is summitsalon.com. Get on there and really, I want you to crawl summitsalon.com's website. I want you to really see all of the resources that we have there, getting close to our guest handling process, getting close to calling us and having a free consultation on the phone to really get your social media assessed, scorecard, and then our people can help you there. As you get on our product page on our .com, this is the social digital planner, the new social media script guide. That's really what we're coaching to. Again, Luke Hufstetter and I tomorrow morning will be doing a webinar for the 12 salons that are plugged into that. It's phenomenal. On a weekly basis now, we're coming up with practical, relevant, rich, potent coaching and mentoring one-on-one new summit best practices on getting your people on using social media strategically to blow up their income. So you're going to really want to take advantage of that. On summitsalon.com as well, we have mobile calculators for goal setting. We have mobile trackers to measure what you're, and all this stuff is for free, you guys. You have to be taking advantage of it. So we're at 8 o'clock. This is our sponsors, L'Oreal PPD. Their financial support allow us to bring this kind of programming to you. So thank you, Redken and Purology and Matrix and L'Oreal Professional and Baxter and Essie and Kerastase and Purology and Shu and Mazzani. These are all the brands that we believe in. They believe in us, and because of our partnership, we're able to do the work that we do. So thank you very much there. Thank you to Salon Centric, State Beauty Supply, RDA. These are the distribution arms of L'Oreal PPD, and of course, thank you Summit Salon Business Center for continuing to grow and evolve with coaches. So thanks again. I'm going to be in San Diego on Thursday to do a social media photo shoot. So can't wait to see you guys next week for a special guest as well.